So excuse the blank screen for this review. The recommendations that will come out a couple of weeks later for this book, and also the review for the short story collection Difficult Women. Excuse the blank screen for those. I usually record this stuff on my computer, and I usually record everything on my Mac because honestly the microphone is just such great quality. Although I think the iPad, or at least this iPad, because I got a new iPad recently. This is the iPad Mini 6. Definitely compares to really good. Definitely can compare to my Mac's like audio / microphone. It's just really good. But basically, so yeah, excuse the blank screen, but I usually record these on my computer, and but I lost the videos for some reason. I don't know what happened. I remember recording them, and I remember saving them to my iCloud drive, and I don't know exactly what happened. So, and it's not on recently deleted files, and it's not on recently deleted videos, and it's not on my QuickTime Player app. So here we go. I'm recording these on blank screen right now because honestly I just need to record it so that they can come out unscheduled. Jeez, when I try to do something when I think ahead of time, this is what happens. Okay. Here's the description for I Kissed Shara Wheeler, which is the book I'm trying to review. Also, my apologies because I'm also kind of recording this review from memory, and it's been like 2 months since I read it, so it might not be super clear. From New York Times best-selling author of One Last Stop in Red, White, and Royal Blue comes a debut YA romantic comedy about chasing down what you want, only to find what you need. Chloe Green is so close to winning. After her mom's moved her from SoCal to Alabama for high school, she's spent the past 4 years dodging gossipy classmates and a puritanical administration at Willow Grove Christian Academy. The thing that's kept her going, winning valedictorian. Her only rival, prom queen Shara Wheeler, the principal's perfect progeny. Yep, progeny. Okay, I remember always thinking the word prodigy. But okay. But a month before graduation, Shara... What? Oh. Okay. But a month before graduation, Shara kisses Chloe and vanishes. Okay. On a furious hunt for answers, Chloe discovers she's not the only one Shara kissed. There's also Smith, Shara's longtime quarterback sweetheart, and Rory, Shara's bad boy neighbor with a crush. The three have nothing in common except Shara and the annoyingly cryptic notes she left behind. But together, they must untangle Shara's trail of clues and find her. It'll be worth it if Chloe can drag Shara back before graduation to beat her fair and square. Thrown into an unlikely alliance, chasing a ghost through parties, break-ins, puzzles, and secrets revealed on monogrammed stationery, Chloe starts to suspect there might be more to this small town than she thought. And maybe, probably not, but maybe more to Shara too. Fierce, funny, and frank, Casey McQuiston's I Kissed Shara Wheeler is about breaking the rules, getting messy, and finding love in unexpected places. So, this was an anticipated book of the year when I found out about it. I found the idea interesting, and of course I was going to, I was going to read it. Plus, it was Casey McQuiston. I had read her previous 2 books. I have not reviewed Red, White, and Royal Blue here, but I did read But I did review One Last Stop, so I'll link the playlist below where I have it. And I really, really loved this book. I think it was a really good dip into YA. I'm curious to see if she would actually write more YA related books. I will say that I think my favorites are still her adult books, if I am comparing. I think her writing style is still the same. It just sounds more like a teenager, which I think is kind of cool. And I think it's great that she has kind of written in this as a when you're just like going to college, when you're just growing up and you're trying to figure out who you are, but you're kind of in this like in this very controlling environment. I found that to be really interesting to read, and I felt like it was portrayed the way it was supposed to, and I loved it a lot. I think the characters are really interesting. They were very well developed, even the side characters. And one of the things that I think McQuiston does well is that they by the way, if I said she before, I'm sorry. I can't remember. It's that they actually use they tend to add a lot more to their romances than just like straight up romance, which is one of the things I really, really like. So what they do is they tend to discuss a lot about like family dynamics, friendships, and their community, and how they kind of relate to it, and what happened with that. So I love that they do that, because I don't have anything against low stakes romance. I really don't, but I do find them slightly boring, because sometimes not necessarily boring. Well, actually, I do find some of them boring because of the way that they portray the women and the men, and also because there are some romances. One of the things I don't like, if you read my blog, linked below, by the way, subscribe if you're interested. Definitely follow. I post as frequently as I can. If you want to see my written content, you'll find it right there. But one of the things that I love about that I mentioned in that review is that I did not enjoy the Spanish love deception. I reviewed it before. I'll link the Elena Armas playlist below if I remember, because I gave you some. I did review it, and I went over everything that was wrong with it, in my opinion. But I mentioned that I didn't like it because one of the things that it did, and this is something I don't really like for some low stake romances to do, if they're not going to do this, if they're not going to give it time to, I guess, breathe. But basically what the author did is that she seemingly wanted to write a low stakes romance, and then I'm gonna say they, because I don't know if they identify that way. They then basically put in the book other themes that were a little bit more difficult, and that honestly just didn't fit the book, if we're being honest, if I'm looking back at it now. And when she put in those difficult themes, when they put in those difficult themes, they basically glossed over the themes. The author didn't really make it so that as readers we should care about the themes that they put in. And that is terrible, because it seems to be like it seemed like it was supposed to be a low stakes romance with slight conflicts, but not a lot. But they added these themes that are supposed to be kind of adding more conflict, but instead the themes were just glossed over. And one of the things I like about McQuiston's books is that they don't do that. They add difficult themes, and they take the time to actually let the themes breathe and discuss the themes with care, and the themes are not glossed over. So yay. Even in her YA, she follows this trend, which I think is good, because I've read some YA that kind of takes hard themes and doesn't take the time, and it doesn't take the time to discuss the themes, to actually handle the themes with care. So I think that YA readers deserve better, and I think this is a good place to start with I Kissed Shara Wheeler. Definitely I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver. So like these are good places to start for teenagers to get more difficult topics, or more books that actually address real life and real things. And I don't think YA always does that, and I'm actually kind of happy that it did. Now I'm saying this, but I want to say also that I have nothing against YA, the YA category. I read YA all the time. I think YA is great. It's comfortable. It's comfort reading to me, so I like YA. Some of my favorite books are like YA fantasy and stuff like that, like the Ember Quartet. So some of my favorite books are in the YA category, but I will say that not all YA books take the time to be real and have like a real and discuss real themes in real life. So I think it's important that books like this are definitely read by teenagers and things like that. So yes, I like this book and I love it a lot. 5 stars. It's great. It's awesome. If you really want a more in-depth review a little bit, you can check out my blog, because I think I made it clear what my thoughts are on that. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Let me know your thoughts on this book. Recommendations will be coming in a couple of weeks, and subscribe if you're interested. Also subscribe to my blog, and I will see you in my next video. Until then, consume stories. Bye.